Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, on what is a rather cold but bright and sunny Sunday morning. Local weather may vary. I did a trailer last night about 7 o'clock with a couple of issues that I wanted to raise in videos today. It was like a heads up on these, and I will still be doing them. However, events have changed the running order, shall we say, of what we'll be putting out today. And we're beginning with the big story, but not one I think that many people will hear about, because it seems that the access media is trying to cover up and protect the SNP by not actually running this story, keeping it quiet, keeping it hidden, because it's very embarrassing for the First Minister and his family. As Justice Minister, he said he wanted to fight the good fight on substances, illegal substances. Not much happened there, of course, obviously. But he did stand there and talk a good game, And then as First Minister, of course, he goes to Gaza to free family members of his wife's family. He doesn't go to Gaza, but he pays money to Gaza, and then he goes and talks to Erdogan to try and save the wife's family. But the wife's family have let him down somewhat. His brother-in-law has just been arrested and charged with offences over, illicit substances, and will appear in court tomorrow. Oh dear, family's always a problem, isn't it, Humza? Let's take a look at this story, which you won't find in general sort of circulation, but you will find the truth here. Let's go. So as I say, if you go trawling through the press, you won't see this story. They've been got at. The press are covering up, hiding and protecting the SNP. It's clearly obvious. Such a big story, and none of the mainstream outlets are running with it. And for this, you have to go to the local press, who haven't quite been got at. Or, given that this is in Dundee, and this is the Dundee Courier, who, yes, I did relent and I did take out a subscription for. It's going to cost me, but I shall cancel it as soon as I can. But they obviously haven't been got at. The message didn't get through, or they have a major problem with Humza Yousaf and are refusing to be cowed by him. I think that's possibly what it is. But when your local press is running with it, you've screwed up somewhere. Anyway, Humza Yousaf's brother-in-law has been charged with substance offences in Dundee. Oh dear, what a shame. Did we think it would be anything else? He's one of those brain surgeons and scientists that you keep seeing coming into the country. And here he is doing this. Ramzi El Nakla, 36, was traced by officers following a report of a break-in on Balmoral Gardens in Dundee on Thursday evening. So not just the substances now, of course, it's criminal breaking in, it's attempted burglary, it's all sorts of things, isn't it? We don't know totally yet what, but I'm sure we'll find out. But he does seem to be a general all-round bad un. And of course, if that's the level of the family, you wonder, what kind of people are running the country. Anyway, Humza Yousaf's brother-in-law has been charged by police in connection with these. A 50-year-old man and a 40-year-old woman were also arrested and charged and will appear at Dundee Sheriff Court on Monday tomorrow. All three have been charged with substance abuse offences. Can't say the word, YouTube doesn't like it too early in the video, although we're probably okay now. The First Minister refused to comment last night when approached by the Sunday Post. His wife, Nadia El Nakla, a psychotherapist, although that works also without the word therapist, and Dundee councillor also refused to discuss the matter, too busy wondering why she should have taken her husband's surname and thus distanced herself from the people surrounding her. She said, "I don't have any comment just now," implying that she will have a comment later, perhaps. She said, "Let's see what happens in the next few days." Well, your family will be paraded, of course, and they'll be all held up to be seen. Why is it that the El Naklas seem to be taking up an awful lot of Scottish politics? You have blood money paid to Hamas to get them back. You have Humza Yousaf's having what is basically not illegal, unfortunately, but rules against protocol, breaking protocol in order to have conversation with Erdogan to try and get her family back. All these things that could be deeply damaging to the nation, but he's doing them anyway because, it's more important that he does this. That's fine, but then he must resign if he's doing that. And now it seems that we're all supposed to... Sorry, the other one was, we're all supposed to feel sorry because there's still a brother who hasn't got home yet. Yeah, well, not fussed about her brothers if this is the calibre of their brothers. Because now, of course, we're going to have the whole prosecution of this one. Now, I wonder how much public money Humza Yousaf will spend in trying to get this one off. Surely there'll be some, it is an act of, we must pay to get the best solicitor to get him off for the good of the country or some such crap like that. Because you guarantee they won't let this go through. Or Dorothy McBain will come out on a white horse. He won't like that, it's white. But she'll be coming out in a white charger going, oh no, it's not in the public interest to take him to court or something. And of course the courts are owned by the SNP. Surprised the police even arrested him because the police are owned by the SNP. But then, of course, El Nakla is not a name necessarily that they would have assigned to the First Minister. Who knows? Anyway, a Police Scotsman spokesperson said officers were called to a report of a break-in at a property on Balmoral Gardens in Dundee during the evening of Thursday, January the 11th. 3 people, 2 men aged 50 and 36, and a 41-year-old woman were traced and all have been arrested and charged in connection with drug offences. Deary me. So there we are. That's the calibre of the people. Now, we know it's not them. I'm not saying it is them. But if that's the calibre of her family and she wants to represent the people of Scotland, I don't think she's making much of a job of it. All 3 are due to appear in Dundee Sheriff Court on Monday, January the 15th, 2024. We wonder how much this story will come out, or will they try and attempt to close it down? Will the court say there's going to put a restriction on reporting and things like that? Because, hey, you can guarantee they'll have received a phone call from Dorothy Bain. Yousaf, a former Justice and Health Secretary, failed on both, was often on the front line of Scotland's fight against drug deaths before becoming First Minister. And failed in that as well. Scotland, of course, now have the highest in the world, or certainly the highest in Europe. So it goes to show how effective he was in leading that particular fight. In August, Nadia wrote of completing a 2-year placement at a counselling service for those with addiction issues. She said, I worked with clients suffering from addiction and their families. Did the shit job on your own, though, didn't you, love? She says, I began to understand the complex struggle my clients were experiencing. For them, time stood still when battling against the overwhelming desire to escape trauma and pain and Humza Yousaf's Scotland, and losing themselves into a world where the pain was temporarily gone. Addiction can befall anyone. I know firsthand the effect of addiction has had on a family, and the stark reality these days is that these statistics could have included a loved one of my own. And now it has. Deary, deary me. Another of Nadia's brothers, emergency room doctor Mohammed, remains trapped in Gaza. You see, because they could only pay the blood money for her parents. They couldn't get enough money raised to pay the blood money for her brother. She's been leading calls for a resettlement scheme, similar to that offered to Ukrainian refugees. Certainly, resettle them in Jordan. After all, isn't their cry from the sea to the river, from the river to the sea? Well, it is the Jordan River. And so if they're saying that Palestine is Jordan, then simply pick up all the Gazans and put them in Jordan. After all, Jordan is Palestine. There you go. Jobs are good. I'm sure Jordan would welcome them with open arms. And of course it would be their culture, so nobody would have any kind of shock. That'd be excellent, wouldn't it? Foreign Secretary David Cameron threatened to withdraw cooperation with Scottish ministers after Humza Yousaf met with Turkish President Erdogan without a UK official present and discussed the war. Not his place, could have done untold damage. We don't know the contents of that conversation. Did he hand over sensitive information? He needs to be arrested, charged and jailed because it's damaging to the country. But, of course, that's is that's the price you must pay as you try to finagle and break the rules to make sure that your blood money works and that you can get your family members out. Turkey placed Mohammed's family on a list of refugees it was willing to accept. Strange that. After the First Lady of Turkey, Emin, I'm presuming, Erdogan, invited Nadia to attend a summit of leaders' spouses in Istanbul. He's not a leader. He's not a national leader. In his mind, he may be, but the reality is he isn't, and she's not the wife of a national leader. What on earth was she going for? She's the mayor's wife, the Lady Mayoress's wife. You know, it's not even the Lady Mayoress, is she? But she's the mayor's wife. That's her level. Anyway, his name was removed by the Turkish administration, meaning the emergency doctor must remain in the war-torn region. He made the choice of going there, alongside his 93-year-old grandmother, who requires round-the-clock care. Well, when your blood money's a lot, isn't it? You only got so much. And I don't know why the people of Scotland were paying this blood money and he didn't sell one of his houses or something. Who knows? Nadia's parents, Elizabeth and Maged El Nakla, were in Gaza visiting relatives at the time in October. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care. And it's just talking about her family up in Gaza. Don't care about that. What we care about is, first of all, her brother charged, arrested, and will be up before the Beak tomorrow over these charges, over this terrible thing. And also, the silence and complicity of most of the press in Scotland in trying to deny you access to the truth. That is the true crime here. Coming up. So there you go. The First Minister's extended family is going to be charged. Well, it has been charged. It's going to be up before the courts tomorrow for some pretty nasty stuff. Nothing is heard in the mainstream press. It's very hard to get any details. The press have obviously been lent on. Don't push this story. Don't let people know. We don't want people in Scotland to know that they're led by this kind of family, this cabal, where this is seen as acceptable. And we must make sure as well that no public money goes into the defence of her brother. Dearie me, we've spent enough on that family already, I think. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please keep attending this, because this is the sort of stuff that gets out that nobody else will tell you. This is why it's so important that we keep watching them. Shady, nasty people. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and do please hit that subscribe button. It's very, very important. Bye.